Students from Westfield, Richard Montgomery, and Bishop Ireton meet today on It's Academic. Hello everybody, I'm Hillary Howard. Thanks for joining us on this Saturday for It's Academic's 61st season. Thanks to title sponsor David M. Rubenstein, encouraging you to read, learn, get involved, and make a difference. And thanks to platinum sponsor MITRE. MITRE is a bridge and convener of government, industry, and academia, bringing together the whole of nation to tackle some of the biggest challenges of the 21st century. All right, it is time to meet the teams. And we begin with Westfield High School from Chantilly, Virginia. Hey, Justin, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello, my name is Justin Park. I am a senior from Westfield High School. And one thing that interests me the most is the ability to learn and having the opportunity to take this learning and apply it to different fields.
That's beautiful, and that's why we're so happy you're here. Karavi, what should we know about you?
Hi, my name's Karavi. I'm a senior in high school, and like Justin said, I really like the opportunity to take what I've learned and apply it to this context.
Beautiful. And finally, Bhargav.
Hi, I'm Bhargav, a junior at Westfield, and it's pretty fun to use all the random knowledge I've amassed over the years for something.
I'm sure it will serve you well no matter what you do in life. Okay, Team Westfield, let's do this. In this opening round, questions are worth 20 points. Nothing off for a wrong answer, so that's good. Here's your first question. Take one word from each column to identify what bloody 1890 incident that was the last major clash between U.S. troops and Native Americans.
Conferring. And I believe it's Wounded Knee, yeah.
Yeah.
Wounded Knee.
Wounded Knee, final answer.
Wounded Knee, it is. Great. No cattle in. By rearranging the letters in this phrase, you can name what early Congress in place during the American Revolution.
Conferring. Is it? Already?
An answer, please. In
Continental.
Yep, that's it. Continental Congress. Well done. Here we've taken every other letter away in the last name of what 19th century Secretary of State who arranged for the purchase of Alaska?
I know the answer.
Okay, you go for it.
Seward?
Yes, it is. Seward is correct. Pancreas, thalamus, spleen. A person who is diabetic can be treated with insulin, a hormone normally produced by which of these organs?
Conferring.
Pancreas?
Pancreas, right? Yeah. Pancreas.
Yes, it is. Nice. It's pancreas. Like a river of steel, it flowed, gray and ghost-like. In 1914, a correspondent wrote this description of the German army's advance through Brussels, the capital of what small European country?
Belgium. Final answer.
Belgium it is. Nicely done, Westfield High School, 200 points. It is time to meet the team from Richard Montgomery High School in Rockville, Maryland. Hey, Gus, it's good to see you. How many years have you been doing It's Academic?
Well, I've been competing on the show for 2 years. This is my second year now, but I've been involved with Arms Quiz Bowl Club all 4 years of my time at Richard Montgomery.
Beautiful. And what should we know about you?
Well, my time in Arms Quiz Bowl Club has really been the highlight of my high school experience. So being here in my final year and competing with the top team is just really exciting for me.
Beautiful. Great to have you. And hello, Amanda. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm excited to be here.
Excited to have you. Tell us about yourself.
Yeah, this is my first time on It's Academic. It's very exciting to be participating in this. Quiz Bowl has been like a very enjoyable extracurricular for me, and it's just like exciting going back to like competition, even if it's online after a really long year.
Beautiful. Well, it's great to have you. And Vincent, last but not least, great to see you. What should we know about you?
So this is also my first time on It's Academic. And I've been with Quiz Bowl since freshman year, and I'm a junior now, so I'm younger than these two right here.
Well, great. Then we'll see you again. You've got a lot of time with us, right?
Yep.
All right. So let's do this. Here's your first question. Take one word from each column, and you can name what polar route that sailors hoped to find that would link the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans.
Conferring Northwest Passage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this was
Northwest
right?
Passage.
Yes, it is. Cuss at par. Instead of cussing, please rearrange the letters in this phrase to name what gladiator who led a major slave revolt in ancient Rome.
Spartacus.
Spartacus,
Yeah.
yeah.
It is Spartacus. Nicely done. 3 letters are missing from the last name of what man who created the decimal system used in most libraries?
Dewey.
Dewey?
Yeah, Dewey.
Dewey is right. Reflecting telescope, infrared telescope, radio telescope. Of these 3 types of telescopes, which one was developed by Sir Isaac Newton back in 1672?
That'll be reflecting, right?
Reflecting, yeah, that's the simplest. Reflecting telescope.
That's right. I would rather die on yonder gallows than live in slavery. These were the last words of Samuel Sharp, executed in 1832 for leading a major slave revolt in what Caribbean country whose capital is Kingston?
So it's going to be Jamaica, right, guys? Yeah, Jamaica.
Jamaica is right. Richard Montgomery, nice start, 200 points. Let's meet the team from Bishop Ireton High School in Alexandria, Virginia. Hey, Matthew, what should we know about you?
Hello, I'm Matthew Sendy. I'm a senior at Bishop Ireton High School, and I would like to thank Mr. Cogliano, our coach, for helping our team prepare for this competition, and our principal, Dr. Guy, who is here today to support us.
Beautiful. And Maddie, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I'm Maddie Guerra. I'm a senior at Bishop Ireton, and I would like to thank all our friends and family for supporting us today.
Hi, Faith. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm Faith Riley. I'm a senior at Bishop Ireton High School, and I'm really happy to be here today. I would like to thank our alternate Max for coming out to support us.
Beautiful. Well, it's great to have you guys. So let's begin. Here's your first question. Choose one word from each column to name what 19th century doctrine stating that the U.S. would expand across the continent to the Pacific Ocean.
Conferring, is it the Manifest Destiny?
Yes.
Manifest Destiny, final answer.
It is Manifest Destiny. Aim panic note. By rearranging the letters in this phrase, you can name what slave-freeing proclamation issued by Abraham Lincoln.
Conferring.
Emancipation.
Yeah, emancipation.
Yes, it is. The blank sisters, the blank musketeers. What same number would go in both blanks to complete titles by Chekhov and Dumas?
Conferring, is it 3? 3, final answer.
It is 3. Isobar, isotope, isotherm. On a weather map, there are lines with which of these names to indicate areas of equal atmospheric pressure?
Conferring.
I want to guess isotherm because of therm.
That sounds good. Isotherm, final answer.
It's isobar. God helps the early bird. This helpful proverb comes from what South American country whose capital is Montevideo?
Conferring, is it Uruguay?
Uruguay.
Uruguay, final answer.
Uruguay is right. Well done, Bishop Ireton. You have 180 points. Don't go away. The picture perfect round is next.
I'm David Rubenstein. From the Kennedy Center and the National Archives to the Lincoln Memorial and the Washington Monument, I've been pleased to support many important organizations and historic sites linked to American history, art, culture, education, and more. I believe giving back to our country isn't just an idea, it's an action, a patriotic action that involves all of us. And it begins with education and learning about our nation's past so that we, the people, can make a more perfect union for the future. We can do it together. Please read, learn, get involved, and make a difference.
Teams, it is time for the Picture Perfect round. In this round, questions are worth 20 points up or down, 10 points if you pass. Here we go. First question, Westfield. This old print shows George Washington leading his troops in the battle for what New Jersey capital city?
Trenton?
Trenton is right. Nicely done. What is the next number in this Fibonacci sequence?
18.
18 it is. This is what city? A British crown colony that was returned to China in 1997 and that has recently been the site of pro-democracy demonstrations.
Hong Kong.
Yeah, nicely done. It's Hong Kong, and Westfield, you have 260 points. Richard Montgomery, you're up in the picture perfect round. Here's the first clue. This is Matthew Morey, who charted what warm ocean stream that flows from Florida to Europe?
Conferring the Gulf Stream,
Yeah,
right?
Florida to Europe.
Yeah.
I think that's
Probably, yeah.
The Gulf Stream.
Yes, it is the Gulf Stream. This expression is equal to the log of what number?
They're just 24, right?
Do you multiply them?
Yeah.
Okay. Logarithm 24.
Yes, it is. This relic from a long gone civilization was discovered in what South American country whose capitals are La Paz and Sucre?
Two capitals, Bolivia. Bolivia.
Bolivia is right. 260 points, Richard Montgomery. Bishop Ireton, it is your turn to play the picture perfect round. First clue. During Reconstruction, Hiram Revels became the first African American senator from what deep South state whose capital is Jackson?
Conferring.
Mississippi.
Sounds good. Mississippi, final answer.
Mississippi is right. Of these three expressions, which is a rational number?
Conferring, is it A?
Yes, I think so.
Answer
A, final answer.
is A. Nice. These tiny birds can be seen in what African country where Nairobi is capital?
Conferring.
Kenya.
Kenya, final answer.
Kenya is correct. Bishop Ireton, you did very nicely, 240 points. We've already met the teams. Now we get to meet the coaches. That's next.
Hello, I'm David Rubenstein. Did you know after the Boston Massacre, 8 British soldiers were placed on trial, and their defense counsel was John Adams, later our second president. 6 soldiers were acquitted, 2 were convicted of manslaughter and sentenced to be branded on the hand. Adams faced criticism for serving as defense counsel, but his representation of these unpopular defendants strengthened the idea that all accused are entitled to a fair trial. I'm David Rubenstein, reminding you to read, learn, get involved, and make a difference.
Let's meet the coach that helps this team at Westfield know what they know to do its academic. Hey, Justin, who's with you today?
Our coach from Westfield High School is Mr. John Baranowski.
Well, hello, Mr. Baranowski. Really good to see you. And I'm kind of curious, what is it that you learned from this team?
That these guys can come together and the depths of their knowledge, you know, how many more years experience I have, and they're answering questions that I'm like, I have no idea. I've never heard that before. And these kids just never cease to amaze me.
It is beautiful. And even in their interviews, the way they talked about the beauty of acquiring knowledge, it's really lovely. Well, thanks so much for being with us, Mr. Baranowski.
Great to be here. Thanks.
And now, Westfield, we get to do this packet round. In this round, questions are worth 20 points. Nothing off for a wrong answer. Yay! There's a 25-point bonus if you get all of the questions correct. And here's the first question, Westfield. Not all bills are unwelcome. Americans depend on what bill that includes the first 10 amendments to the Constitution?
Bill of Rights.
You're right, it's the Bill of Rights. A small mollusk nicknamed the wandering meatloaf has some of the hardest teeth of any living organism because their teeth contain what element whose symbol is Fe? F as in Frank E.
Iron.
Yeah, iron is right. Here is your science question. Pulmonary artery, jugular vein, radial artery. Which of these blood vessels would be found in your chest?
Conferring.
I think it's the pulmonary artery.
Yeah, that's what I was going to guess.
Probably.
Pulmonary artery.
Pulmonary artery it is. Nice teamwork. By 1966, an unmanned moon landing was achieved by a U.S. spacecraft with what name that identifies George Washington's early occupation?
Conferring.
Was Was
Need
he
an
a
answer?
surveyor?
I think so.
Surveyor is right. A number of kings are named in the titles of Shakespeare plays, but the only queen in a Shakespeare title is what alluring ruler of ancient Egypt?
Cleopatra.
Yes, it is Cleopatra. Here's your math question. If x equals 3, what is the value of this expression?
7.
7 it is. Now it's time for a guest questioner from Platinum sponsor MITRE. Here's Raki Palakar, Chief Scientist of Public Health and Epidemiology.
In addition to making cars, Toyota will build a $4 billion oil pipeline to the African coast from what newly independent country, whose capital is Juba?
Inferring.
Is it South Sudan?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, it is South Sudan. You have got a 25-point bonus and a score of 425 points. Awesome. As all of you know, these students don't do it alone on It's Academic. Gus, who helps you?
Well, with us today is our wonderful coach, Mr. Mason, and our school's principal, Ms. Deeney.
Awesome. Great to have you, Mr. Mason and Ms. Deeney. And we'll start with you, Mr. Mason. What is it about this team that really inspires you?
I love seeing the energy that they bring to practice. We get a bunch of people, so much that we sometimes have to use 2 rooms, and they get super excited about questions, even like kind of obscure literature, weird math problems. They're just super excited to try to figure it out together and really get to the answer. So it's really that excitement and that energy that I love at Richard Montgomery.
That's beautiful. And Ms. Deeney, what do you learn from them?
I appreciate the way they work together with one another and how they are constantly striving to learn new things and to show their knowledge in many, many different ways. So that's a point of a lot of pride for me as their principal.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you so much, Ms. Deeney and Mr. Mason. It's great to have you. And now, Richard Montgomery, it's time for the packet round. Here is your first question. The throne of the Dalai Lama at the Potala Palace in Tibet is named for what wild animal commonly referred to as the king of beasts?
Conferring, this is going to be the lion, right? Should be.
Probably,
Lion or
yeah.
tiger? Okay, I think.
Okay.
I was thinking, yeah.
Our answer is lion.
Yeah, it is lion. Compared to today's seawater trapped under the Chesapeake Bay for over 100 million years contained twice what compound whose formula is NaCl?
Salt, yeah. Salt.
Yes, it is. Here's your science question. Penumbra, parsec, peridot. Which of these is an astronomical unit used for distances to stars and galaxies?
So
Conferring.
This is
Parsec.
Yeah.
Parsec.
Parsec it is. Though North Dakota was settled largely by Norwegians, its capital city shares what same name as a 19th century German statesman?
Conferring. Bismarck, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Bismarck.
It's Bismarck, yes. The fictional sub Nautilus really went the distance as it traveled how many leagues under the sea, according to the title of a Jules Verne novel?
20,000.
20,000. Yeah.
20,000. Okay, 20,000.
20,000 leagues under the sea is right. Here's your math question. What is the value of this expression?
Should be
0.
Yeah.
3 minus 3. Yeah.
0.
Yeah.
0 is right. And now, once again, here's our guest questioner, Dr. Raki Palakar.
In 2016, Barack Obama became the first sitting U.S. president to visit what Asian country where Vientiane is the capital?
Laos.
Well done, Richard Montgomery. The correct answer is Laos. You have a 25-point bonus and a score of 425 points. Well done. Let's meet the team behind the team at Bishop Ireton. And there is a team behind you. Matthew, tell us about them.
So first off, we have our alternate, Max, who came here to support us today, and then our coach, Mr. Cogliano, and our principal, Dr. Guy.
Really wonderful to see you guys. Let's start with Max, the alternate. How do you like being on this team?
It really is a fantastic team to be on. The seniors are just fantastic and a pleasure to work with.
That's beautiful. Well, we're glad to have you. Mr. Coliano, I bet you're inspired working with this team.
Oh, very much so. This is a very good team. They've been practicing very hard for this past several weeks. They even requested an extra practice this week to prepare ourselves for this competition. So they're very well prepared, they're very intelligent, and they're very motivated.
Well, we can see that. And finally, Mr. Guy, what's it like to be principal of this school and these students?
Well, it's really just a joy. Having school this year, is just amazing and joyful. And these students in particular, just showing their dedication, their academic perseverance, and their ability to just have a teenage life in a time that requires perseverance.
Well, thank you so much for being with us, Dr. Guy, Mr. Coliano, and Max. And now, Team Ireton, here's the packet round. A robotic lizard that can climb vertical walls has been developed by scientists at the University of the Sunshine Coast. On what smallest continent?
Confirmed.
Need an answer?
Yeah. Australia, final answer.
Yeah, it's Australia. Nice. NASA arranged for a small fragment of the Wright brothers' first plane to be aboard the spaceship, making a 300 million mile journey to what red planet?
Conferring, is it Jupiter?
I was thinking Mars.
Oh.
I was thinking Mars.
Yeah, Mars, yeah. Mars, final answer.
Yeah, it's Mars. Here's your science question. Photofloem curve, phototropism, phrenology. Which of these terms refers to the movement of a part of a plant toward the light?
Conferring.
I think it's phototropism.
Yeah, that sounds right. Faith, do you agree?
I agree.
All right, phototropism, final answer.
Nice teamwork. It's phototropism. Senator Charles Sumner bitterly opposed the 1854 Congressional Act bearing the names of Kansas and what neighboring territory, now a state?
Conferring.
I want to guess Louisiana Territory. I'm not sure.
I need an answer.
Louisiana Territory, final answer.
Right. It's Nebraska. About 70 years before the Bastille was stormed, the inmates of that prison included what French author of Candide?
Conferring.
Voltaire.
Voltaire,
It is.
final answer.
It's Voltaire. Nicely done. Here's your math question. In this isosceles triangle, angle A equals 75 degrees. What is the measure of angle B?
Conferring, is it 30 degrees?
Yes.
30 degrees, final answer.
30 degrees is right. Once again, our guest questioner from MITRE, Dr. Rocky Palekar.
In the year 2000, everyone without a surname was required to choose one. In what Asian country whose capital is Ulaanbaatar?
Conferring.
Mongolia.
Mongolia, final answer.
Yeah, well done. It is Mongolia. Bishop Ireton, you've got 360 points. Are you ready for some excitement? Good, because the lightning round is next.
I'm David Rubenstein, and I believe giving back is something we all can do. Students are getting involved in their communities in many important ways. I've asked them to share with us how they're making a difference.
Hi, I'm Julius. I am a student at Georgetown Day School, and I've done a lot of community service over the past couple years through a hodgepodge of different organizations and activities. But one thing I did that I was really passionate about and I thought was really timely was that I play the flute, and at one point I played it on the street. I busked to raise money for healthcare workers during the heart of the coronavirus pandemic. That was something I was really passionate about, spent a good amount of time on, and I can only hope I made a difference.
Like these students, you too can help improve the lives of so many people by volunteering in your town and community. Please read, learn, get involved, and make a difference.
Buckle up, everybody. It's time for the lightning round. And in this round, you have 45 seconds to answer as many as 10 questions. They're worth 20 points up or down, nothing off if you choose to pass. Westfield, you're first. All your answers must begin with the letters B-U. That's B as in boy and you. In 3, 2, 1. This animal symbolizes a rising stock market.
Bull.
Yes, the Washington football team's colors are this and gold.
Burgundies.
Burgundy, yes. Ouagadougou is the capital of this African country.
Burkina Faso.
Correct. This was the nickname of astronaut Edwin Aldrin.
Buzz.
Yes, this animal names New York State's second largest city.
Buffalo.
Yeah, this legendary lumberjack had a blue ox named Babe.
Paul Bunyan.
Yeah, this is the capital of Hungary.
Bucharest?
No, Budapest. The country. Oh, no, Budapest, but you were close. Bucharest is Romania. Beautifully done, Westfield. 525 points. We've reached another lightning round. Richard Montgomery, you're up. All your answers must begin with the letters C-U. That's C as in cat and U. In 3, 2, 1. The capital of this Caribbean country is Havana.
Cuba.
Yes, she and her husband Pierre
Curie.
discovered yeah. Daniel Boone led settlers through this gap in the
Cumberland.
Appalachian. Yes, this is Chicago's National League baseball team.
Cubs.
Yes, this is the wedge-shaped writing of ancient Mesopotamia.
Cuneiform.
Correct. This is a solid figure with 6 equal square sides.
Cube.
Yeah, this is another name for your canine tooth.
Is this a pass? I don't know this one.
Pass.
Yes, cuspid. Churchill talked of this figurative iron barrier separating countries.
Curtain.
Correct. In 1876, he lost the Battle of the Little Bighorn.
Custer.
Yes, the son of Venus, he was the Roman god of love.
Cupid.
Yes, it's Cupid, but sadly you got it after the buzzer. No matter, Richard Montgomery. You have a very impressive 585 points. Way to go. Team Bishop Ireton, the lightning round has arrived. Have fun. All your answers must begin with the letters S as in Sam and U. In 3, 2, 1. This celestial body is 93 million miles away.
Sun.
Yes, this chemical element has the symbol S.
Sulfur.
Yes, this Iwo Jima mountain was the site of a historic World War II flag raising.
Pass.
Mount Suribachi. Sucrose and glucose are forms of this common food substance.
Sugar.
Sugar, yeah. In 1848, gold was discovered at this California mill.
Pass.
Sutters. The capital of this South American country is Paramaribo.
Pass.
And that's time. The answer is Suriname. Bishop Ireton, you did a really nice job. 420 points. Well, that was a great competition. We get to learn who the winner is next.
I'm David Rubenstein. From the Kennedy Center and the National Archives to the Lincoln Memorial and the Washington Monument, I've been pleased to support many important organizations and historic sites linked to American history, art, culture, education, and more. I believe giving back to our country isn't just an idea, it's an action, a patriotic action that involves all of us. And it begins with education and learning about our nation's past so that we, the people, can make a more perfect union for the future. We can do it together. Please read, learn, get involved, and make a difference.
The scores are now official. We begin with Bishop Ireton High School from Alexandria. Matthew, Faith, and Maddie, 420 points. From Chantilly, Virginia, Westfield High School, Justin, Karavi, and Bargov, 525 points. And coming back for the playoffs, Richard Montgomery High School from Rockville, Maryland, Gus, Amanda, and Vincent, 585 points. Way to go, guys. That was an awesome competition. Please make sure you stay with us next Saturday when we have Gonzaga, Loudoun County, and Woodgrove. I'm Hillary Howard. So happy you shared part of your Saturday with us. See you next time, everybody. Bye.
I'm David Rubenstein, reminding you to read, learn, get involved, and make a difference.